Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look over the 2 to 6 player game Fish in Ships. So let's go ahead down to the table. I'm going to give you a general overview of the game, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so this is set up for Fish and Chips. And Fish and Chips, what you're going to do is you're going to hand out 4 cards to each player. So you're going to get a hand of 4 to start, which is pretty nice. And then you're going to give out a gold card, and the gold card is going to tell you what you need to do to win. In my case, I need to get 2 easts, 3 wests to win. Now, in the game, you can take up to one of 4 actions, and you can either attack, you can draw 2 cards, you can use a skullduggery card, or you can lock down a treasure. So we'll go ahead and go over the easiest one, which is you're going to draw 2 cards. You just draw 2 cards. Now, the other thing you can do on your turn is you can attack an opponent. So if you're going to attack an opponent, you're trying to get cards in their hand. So let's say I play this 3 of Cannonball. Then the opponent looks at their hand, and you notice that they can play a single card, but they're not going to be able to get as high as that. But they're still probably going to want to play one, because I'll explain in a second. So they'll play the 1 of Cannonball. I have 1 because mine's higher. Now if they would have beat my number, I'd have to beat theirs, and they go back and forth. But what'll happen now is my opponent lost by 2, so I get to take 2 cards from my opponent and put them into my hand. That's attacking. And there's some cards that I'll explain in a second called Tide Turner cards, which I think is one of the best parts of this game. But that's attacking. The next part you can do is you can play a skullduggery card, and skullduggery cards are cool because they attack the other player's locked down stacks, which is where they're going to have cards where they're going to try to win the game, because you have to have them down on the table in order to fulfill your goal card and win. And these are held secretly, so no one knows about it. But the skullduggery card, what it'll do is like this one here, steals a single lockdown card from an opponent. Double advantage to this one is you can pick a stack with only 2 in it, and you can get rid of their bonus, and I'll explain that in a second, or just try to take one of the cards you need. So the next thing you can do is you can stack your cards, and the way you need to do that is you need to have, let's see if I got, yeah. You need to have 2 matching treasures, and then you can pick one of these cards in the middle and place it on top if it's a stack of 2 or more. And you get to lock down that stack, and you also get the bonus. So this one, you can pick through them while they're around. This one here gives me a +1 to my first defense in attack when my opponent attacks me with cannonballs, which is nice. So it makes it easier for me to defend myself, and maybe less likely for my opponent to attack me. Another really cool portion of the game is going to be these tide turning cards. And these tide turning cards are going to be like game-breaking cards. You can only use them once, and once these cards are used, they're actually removed from the game. They don't go in the discard pile, so you can't regain them. So like this one here, you can enter an ongoing battle, replacing the player of your choice. So if 2 other players are fighting, I can jump in and say, oh, you know what, I'm attacking you instead. Or doldrums, prevent an opponent from locking down cards for 2 rounds. So this is good for delaying them from being able to win. There is a bunch of these, and in the nice rule book they're explained towards the end, each one. But the cards are, the text is really well written, so they're very easy to understand. But if you had, these actually solve a lot of issues if you had some nuancy questions about them. But those are cool. Stack abilities, there's a lot of these are explained in here, but most of them again are nice. They're really straightforward, and these stack abilities are really good, so you actually probably want to get some of these down fairly early. And there's some cool ones in here to do, and also once you take these until your opponent gets rid of your stack till it's less than 2, that stays. So that is the general overview of how to play the game. The game is pretty fast-paced. It's really nice with the different powers that you can pick up, and these tide turning cards can create a lot of stand-up moments where the opponent thinks they're going to win a battle and take a ton of cards from you because they played a 4 or whatever, but then you play there's a tide turning card in here. I'm not finding it right away, but it's called Dive, where you can just escape the battle. So It's really fun to have them pay their highest card to try to steal as many cards from you as possible and just have that just end. It's really nice. It's really fun. Go back up to the table here. I'm going to give you my final thoughts, but again, this is general overview. This is how to play the game. So yeah, Fish and Chips. I like it a lot. It is a nice, fun, light game. I love the Tide Turner cards on there because it sort of just throws a wrench in the game. This game is nice if you're looking for a light, fun game to play with friends and family. It's super easy to teach. I like the art on it, and I like the theme. So there's a lot to love about this game. So if that's something you're looking for a light, fun game to play with your friends and family or take to parties and stuff, this game is for you. So that was Fish and Chips. Thank you for watching.